Live from Gene Autry Way, welcome to Angel Stadium. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. And on the mound now, Jack Kachanowicz. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance. Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Out to short. Fires over to first. 1 up, 1 down. Ernie Clement, the next to hit. One down, base is empty. Base knock, center field.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they
run around the move. High fly ball out to left field. In position. And makes the grab. And there's 2 down. So here's the cleanup hitter, Jesus Sanchez. Clement, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hard hit to third. In plenty of time to first, and that will end the inning. 1 left for Toronto. Now the Angels will get their first crack at it. No score. You're dialed into the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and today's starter, number 46. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve, and because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
Bottom of the first, and the batter will be the shortstop, Zach Neto. The shortstop takes the ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
A little bit high, maybe. And now 3-1. And a foul ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Here's Mike Trout. Missed with a changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner takes off. Pitch misses.
3-2.
Throw there. Safe. No outs. Runner on second. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And 1 out now.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Here's Joe Adell. Next pitch is outside. One out and a runner at second. And ball four, two aboard.
First base.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
Jorge Soler up at the plate.
I count this ball.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Runners at first and second with one gone. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boo. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
So bases all loaded up. Oswald Peraza, the next to hit for the Angels. The next pitch misses, 2-1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Popped up first base side. And that's a fair ball. The run comes in from second, and it's a 2-run single. It's 2-zip.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs. Kind of just punts it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Shannawell now at the plate. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. Soler at third, Peraza at first, one gone.
Two to count.
In the dirt, but kept close, and an excellent job keeping it right there. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Runners are at the corners, one away. Chopper right side, but it kicks foul. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
At the plate, Vaughn Grissom. Corners are occupied with two down. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Second inning coming up from Anaheim. Angels 2 and the Jays nothing. Back in Anaheim, top of the second. Here's Eloy Jimenez.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Yeah, there's the strike. Base hit center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
96, center fielder.
Stepping in, Dalton Varsho. And that is out of play. He gets there with the slide. To second, pulls him off the bag.
97, third baseman, number 7.
First and second, no outs. Oka will hit next. And a count 1-2. Check swing, now a look down to first. Yes, he did. Down he goes on strikes. Here's Andres Jimenez. 2 on, 1 out. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's outside.
Plate, ball 2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. With all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Two on, 2 outs. Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Towards first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays leave a pair. They trail it here 2-0. Back here at Angel Stadium, bottom half of inning number 2, and here is Logan O'Hoppe. And that's downstairs, and that's ball 3.
1 strike.
Swings through that.
2. Count's full.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, Boog.
Here's the left fielder. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
O'Hoppe gets his lead at first, nobody out. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that one hammered way back there. Gone off the rocks in center. Touch him all time. He circles the bases, and they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Zach Neto digs in now. And big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Bottom half of inning number 2.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit.
This is a guy that really has the ability to be more than just a slugger and a home run hitter, but to hit for average, to get on base, and to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
That's down and in. A slider missed. Still only 1 out here in the inning. In the air, left side. Lucas has a beat on it. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Joe Adele, the next to hit. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And that one is inside. Two down, nobody on. That one fouled off, 2-2. The pitch. Strike 3, got him with the backdoor breaking ball. 2-run shot for the Angels this inning. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, Nathan Lucas. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Ernie Clement now at the plate. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody out. Runner at first. That one missed.
What's a good pitch there.
2 balls.
Really had
2
some
strikes.
run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And downstairs.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
3-2. Struck him out looking. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
Swing and a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Next to hit, Jesus Sanchez. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Glove flip for 1, and it's a double play to end the inning. So it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Angels 4 and the Jays nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And now the DH, Jorge Soler. That's hard hit on the line. And there's one down. And next for LA, Oswald Peraza. 1 out, base is empty. And there's a foul ball. And a ground ball to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And next for the Angels, Nolan Shotwell. That one not close. And that's ball 2. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that one off the inside edge. You walked him.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make it. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Joe Mantiply. So 2 down. Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit for the Angels. The 1-1 is fouled off. Got him swinging. Angels leave 1. They lead 4-0. Back in Anaheim, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Eloy Jimenez. The 2-1.
Ball.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Payoff pitch. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it's into the gap. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw to second is offline.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Lined, and that's a base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now for the Jays, Kazuo Oka. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
2 strikes.
That one lifted to left. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And that is downstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play. With 2 strikes, some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Jimenez on third. Varsho over at first with 1 away. Just misses with that one.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Down the left field line, base hit. In comes the run from third. And it's an RBI single. It's 4-1.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
1 out. Runners at first and second. Lifted in the air down the left side. He's got it. 2 down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
The count 2-1. Swing and a chopper out to short. To first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Bottom 4. So in now for the Angels, Logan O'Hoppe. Back to the mound. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the left fielder. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. On the ground, Jimenez tosses to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Angels, shortstop.
So the lineup flips over. Now here is Zach Neto.
This kid is so special.
He's a shortstop by trade and big time power. 2 outs. And that misses. And that's ball 2.
Seems like from day one, his strike zone and plate discipline looked like he'd been in the league for 6 years already.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
2-2 the count.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Angels held in check, but they lead it 4-1. Righty reliever out of the pen, Chase Silson.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Next offering misses down and away.
3 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses.
That pitch is in.
So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And there's a ball. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Nick Sandlin getting ready to go. Pomerantz also getting ready. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
First and second, no outs. And now, Jesus Sanchez. Pitch misses. Full count now. 2
walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating, that's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
2 on, 1 out. Check swing, called strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Outside low, and it's 3-2. And they're all loaded up.
Upstairs. Ball 4.
When you go that deep into an at-bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
So bases loaded with 1 away. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. And that's outside.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. And it remains 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So 2 down now, and here is Kazuo Oka. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
2 strikes.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at Angel Stadium, and now Mike Trout.
You know, these Angels really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
There's a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses outside, and a full count now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Now batting.
Here's some real power at the plate. Joe Adele. The other way. Sanchez snags it for the 2nd out.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that's downstairs and outside. And that drops in for a strike.
2-2 the count.
Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Angels go down 1-2-3 as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. New pitcher in the game for the Angels, Drew Pomeranz.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Got the bat going too soon at strike 2. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Down the line, on the run towards the line. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall.
Excellent job, and I tell you what, the times that I played left field, getting a play like that, you love the opportunity to make it.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, left fielder Nathan Lucas.
So the batting order turns over. So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
Bond. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Fouls one off. 2-2. 2 out, space is empty. And it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Misses inside. And now 3-2. Ernie Clement waiting to hit for Toronto. Two outs. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Slings to first. That's out number 3. Down in order go the Blue Jays, and they trail it 4-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th. And the batter now, Oswald Peraza. Ripped on a line. And a base hit right there. And they had their first hit since the 2nd inning.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
And next for L.A., Nolan Shanuel. Swings and misses. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Peraza gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next pitch is downstairs. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Guerrero over to second, back to first, double play. 3-6-3, nicely done. Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit for the Angels. Tap back up the middle. On to first, and that is that. On the mound now, Ryan Zefferjohn. So digging in, Ernie Clement. Out to short, Neto. Sends it to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Next offering upstairs. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Nick Sandlin up and throwing. Suter also throwing. Rip towards third. Fires across the diamond, and Guerrero is set down.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. No throw. He's safe at first.
Now batting, designated hitter Eloy Jimenez.
Eloy Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike 3. Blue Jays held in check, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Rogers. And here is Logan O'Hoppe.
For the Halo, catcher Logan O'Hoppe.
comes up empty. That's strike two.
Clearly he was sitting on a
two
fastball
strikes.
right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Now the left fielder, number 22, and he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A 2-run shot in the 2nd inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a big way.
One down, base is empty. Swinging a foul straight back. On the ground to the left.
Foul ball.
And foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's
balls,
down and away.
2 strikes.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Number 68 appears to be getting loose. Hit on the ground to the right side. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Zach Neto. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. Relay to Guerrero, in time, inning ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 8th inning coming up. Angels 4 and the Blue Jays 1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brent Suter. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Stays alive. That misses, and the count is 2-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Next offering is down low. That one missed. Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick.
Throws to first in time, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now it's going to be Mike Trout. That misses, and it's 2-1. Lifted in the air, right field. And it drops in. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And now the right fielder, Joe Adell. Ground ball could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. To Guerrero, and they turn 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Eric Summerskill with the call. Outside with a breaking ball.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
This one popped up. Jimenez makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Jordan Romano on to try and close it out.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Way high with that one. 2-1. And that's a little bit high.
3 balls, 1 strike.
(3-1) is on the way. And a strike on the outside edge.
Backdoored him with the breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Close pitch there, but you got to forget about that call if you're out on the mound. You can't let it affect you going forward. You've got to get out of the inning first, and then if you want to be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
The 1-1. Fought off foul.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
1-2 now. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it threw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air.
Neto toss to second, over to first, but he beats it.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So they're down to their final out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Squirts away a little bit.
1 ball.
To second, but way too late. Safe there. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. 1 strike away. On the ground right side. And that's a fair ball. Coming home. He'll score easily. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that. Really important at bat coming up now.
Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. Tying run at the plate. That one fouled off.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
In the dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. The tying run at the plate. Got it! And that's the ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.